Retaining staff will become harder. Recruiters will have a field day searching for talent to lift out of their current firm and place them elsewhere. Automatically, this worker shortage will swing the pendulum to placing workers first, above shareholder value and customers. However, we are not going back to the cushy old days of who cares about shareholder value and corporate performance, but people will be again at the forefront of company business plans. Konnichiwa and welcome to the Leadership Japan series. And I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan. But much more importantly, you are a student of leadership, highly motivated to be the best in your own business field. Today's show is brought to you by the High Impact Presentations course. I love this course. 2 days, 2 instructors, all the key structures you will ever need. Individual coaching on steroids, it's unbelievable. And video review by experts. This is the Rolls-Royce of presentation training. Have a chance, do this course. It is phenomenal. Now, if you have a performance or people challenge in Japan, then maybe we can help you. Contact me at greg.story, greg.story, S-T-O-R-Y, at dalecarnegie.com. How about your own access to 104 years of the accumulated wisdom of Dale Carnegie Training? We've got free white papers, guidebooks, reports, training videos, blogs, newsletters, course information, plus much, much more. It's all over there at japan.dalecarnegie.com. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is okurete sumimasen. Okurete sumimasen. I am late. I apologize. I'm sorry for being late. Okurete. I'm running late. Sumimasen. I'm sorry. Okurete sumimasen. I'm late. Sorry for being late. Okurete sumimasen. Okurete sumimasen. Today is episode number 171, and we are talking about employees as number one. There's a great Simon Sinek video, and I'm a big fan of Simon Sinek. There's this video floating around about how companies say employees are important, but they don't really act like it. He lines up the typical CEO hit list of growth, shareholder value, customers, and in fourth place, employees. He notes that even if you elevate customers to number one, employees still come in second in importance. Richard Branson also is a powerful advocate for putting employees first before all else. It makes sense. We want motivated, enthusiastic staff engaging with our customers and going the extra mile. In many ways, Japan has long had a different order to Anglo-Saxon corporate philosophy. Workers first, then customers, and shareholders last. Can we learn anything from Japan's corporate traditions on how to put workers first? This system worked fine in an environment of lifetime employment, low growth, protected by interlocking shareholdings, and price fixing through the dango, or cartel system. The foreign ownership of Japanese company shares and the expansion of so many businesses outside of Japan has changed things and put more pressure on showing revenue returns. The customer has remained a constant in all of this change, though, because culturally, the buyers have very high expectations that must be met. We can't rely on importing the Japanese Nenko Joretsu system of steady escalator career advancement based on seniority and age. Many Japanese companies still have this system, but today, talent is in short supply. In a global economy awash with disruptive and competitive technologies, waiting for the best and the brightest to become older in order to be given their leadership shot is an opportunity cost you don't want to pay. These old-style Japanese companies often still focus on OJT, or on-the-job training, and technical training alone for developing the talent base of their people. That is a slow burn into oblivion when your competitors are laser-focused on quality world-class training to improve their people's performance. Technology makes such a big difference today. President Sugihara of Oracle Japan made the point recently in a speech to the American Chamber that rather than thinking that technological efficiencies will cause people to lose jobs, it will instead increase the productivity of the whole existing workforce. In the past, with a worker surplus, there was no company impetus to work hard to keep people. Japanese risk aversion preferences also kept people in jobs they didn't really enjoy because they were scared of having no job and of having a tough time finding a new one. Mid-career entry rarely occurred in the bigger firms. After the Lehman shock, Japanese companies moved to creating a lower risk work environment by employing more and more people part-time. The thinking was, if the economy tanks again, it'll be easier to fire these part-timers than regular employees. This was seen as a positive, a stable buffer against future unknowns. The economics of this has led to a decline in consumer spending. The inability of part-time working men to find wives and start families or move into better paying work. The Abe government is stepping in to force companies to change. They are looking to end the discrimination between the wages and conditions of permanent and non-permanent staff, restrict the use of fixed-term contracts, and prevent successive renewals of fixed-term contracts. In other words, remove the labour liquidity attraction of using part-time workers in preference to full-time staff. The demographics of less and less young people coming into the workforce will mean labour shortages. Women re-entering the workforce and older workers continuing on working will be preferred to the perceived social disruption of having immigrants come in substantial numbers. The current mass migration to European countries will be seen as a negative example by most Japanese and will make the whole immigration argument harder to promote. Retaining staff will become harder. Recruiters will have a field day searching for talent to lift them out of their current firm and place them elsewhere. Automatically, this worker shortage will swing the pendulum to placing workers first, above shareholder value and customers. However, we are not going back to the cushy old days of who cares about shareholder value and corporate performance, but people will be again at the forefront of company business plans. Do we have a middle management skill set able to retain our most talented people? Have we replaced the elevation by age and stage with performance evaluations which identify, inspire, and mobilize the talent? Do we have the right training in place which will actually lift staff productivity? The soft skills are where the big gains will come from as we better lead our teams, engage them, motivate them, and keep them. This time around, the workers can more easily vote with their feet and leave. Are we ready for the revolution? Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series, and we hope you enjoyed today's show, brought to you by the High Impact Presentations course. As mentioned, if you have a people or performance challenge in Japan, then maybe we can help you. Contact me at greg.story, greg.story, story, dalecarnegie.com. Remember, to access your Dale Carnegie training free stuff, those reports, white papers, guidebooks, videos, blogs, newsletters, course information, it's great what's available, all for free. It's over there at japan.dalecarnegie.com.